Assalamualaikum. Good day, everyone. Today, I will present our research entitled A Data-Driven Framework for Prioritizing Climate Vulnerable Farmers Using TOPSIS and Clustering Algorithms. This work was conducted by myself, John Ray Alipe, from Iloilo State University of Fisheries Science and Technology, in collaboration with Dr. Ramil Lumawag from State University of Northern Negros. Our research addresses a critical challenge facing agricultural extension programs in the Philippines, that is how to efficiently identify and support the farmers most vulnerable to climate impacts. Agriculture in the Philippines faces growing threats from climate variability and extreme weather, including frequent typhoons, erratic rainfall, and prolonged droughts. Flooding has become particularly damaging, severely affecting small-scale rice farmers who lack the resources to adapt. Existing extension programs often fall short due to inefficient targeting methods that rely on subjective assessments, leading to inequitable support distribution. This underscores the urgent need for a systematic, objective approach to identify vulnerable farmers and ensure fair and effective resource allocation. The main issue we address is the inefficiency of traditional methods for identifying vulnerable farmers, which are often subjective and exclude those in greatest need. Current systems rely on technician judgment and incomplete data, leading to the exclusion problem where many vulnerable farmers miss out on support. Marginalized farming communities face multiple challenges, including poverty and climate hazards, while receiving minimal institutional support. The lack of standardized data-driven guidelines results in arbitrary resource allocation, wasting valuable resources. Our research aims to create a rigorous quantitative framework to enhance transparency and prioritize farmers effectively for targeted intervention. The study aims to develop a replicable decision support framework to assess rice farmers' climate vulnerability. It utilizes the TOPSIS method to generate a vulnerability score for each farmer and applies three clustering algorithms: the Jenks, natural breaks, k-means, and hierarchical clustering to create priority groups. This approach provides actionable insights, classifying farmers into high, moderate, and low priority categories for strategic support allocation, ensuring transparency and replicability in policy contexts. This study examined 250 rice farming households across 18 barangays in Banate, Iloilo, Philippines, a region highly exposed to climate risks. Data collection involved structured interviews, farm inspections, soil sampling, and analysis of historical climate records, verified through local government sources. Vulnerability assessment was based on three dimensions: climate risk exposure, that are example, rainfall variability, droughts, floods. Next is the agricultural resource accessibility, example, irrigation, technology, land tenure, and socio-economic capacity, example, income stability, education, credit access. All data were ethically handled and anonymized to protect farmer privacy. The framework transforms raw data into actionable farmer prioritization through a four-step process. First, Data collection and conditioning ensured standardized comparable inputs from 250 households, addressing missing values. Second, TOPSI scoring generated a composite vulnerability index with stakeholder-defined weights, climate risk 40%, resource accessibility 35%, and socioeconomic capacity 25%. Third, clustering algorithms segmented farmers into high, moderate, and low priority groups based on vulnerability scores. Finally, cluster quality was validated using four statistical metrics: adjusted rand index, silhouette score, Davis-Baldwin index, and Kalinske-Harabas index, ensuring the reliability and meaningfulness of the groupings. The result confirmed that the effectiveness of our framework for ranking vulnerability among 250 farmers. TOPSI scores provided an objective ranking based on composite indicators. Clustering algorithms identified natural groupings with varying clarity. Jenks natural breaks and k-means produced identical cluster assignments, adjusted rand index of 1.0, reinforcing confidence in the data structure. Hierarchical clustering showed moderate agreement, adjusted rand index of 0.7466, revealing most farmers in the moderate priority category, suggesting they would benefit from preventive interventions. Validation metrics were encouraging, with silhouette scores of 0.5413 to 0.5466, Davis-Baldwin index 0.5345 to 0.5447, and strong Kalinske-Harabas index indicating well-defined clusters. Farmers are grouped into three priority clusters to guide program design. There are 63 high priority farmers that are vulnerable, needing urgent intensive support. 117 moderate priority farmers, the largest group, face climate risks but have some resources. They benefit from targeted aid like irrigation and financial tools. 70 low priority farmers are more resilient and require minimal support. This tiered approach ensures efficient resource allocation, focusing on urgent needs while offering preventive and basic support where appropriate. The distribution of TOPSI's vulnerability scores among 250 farmers reveals a skew toward higher scores, indicating that most farmers face moderate climate risk rather than being extremely vulnerable or highly resilient. This pattern highlights the need for differentiated policy and program design. A uniform approach to extension services is ineffective. Instead, preventive investments can benefit the majority, while targeted interventions should focus on smaller group of highly vulnerable farmers. So this insight supports more strategic and equitable resource allocation based on actual vulnerability levels. When comparing clustering results from three algorithms, significant visual differences arise. Jenks natural breaks and k-means clustering exhibit clear, well-defined group boundaries with minimal overlap, while hierarchical clustering shows gradual transitions and noticeable overlap, especially between moderate and high priority categories. This aligns with quantitative findings as Jenks and k-means achieved perfect agreement, enhancing clarity in targeting decisions for farmers. Clear classifications aid communication with stakeholders, whereas hierarchical clusterings overlap reflects a more continuous understandings of vulnerability. For practical implementation, Jenks or K-means is recommended for their replicable and easily communicable results. The developed framework enhanced or enhances the targeting of extension support by using transparent, data-driven scoring and clustering to identify vulnerable farmers. This objective method provides accountability in resource allocation, enabling decisions based on clear criteria rather than personal ties. Its adaptable structure allows application across different crops, regions, and policy contexts, making it a valuable tool for integrating climate vulnerability assessments into national agricultural systems and delivering targeted support where it's most needed. So in conclusion, the data-driven framework developed using TOPSIS and clustering algorithms effectively identifies and prioritizes climate vulnerable rice farmers, producing clear and actionable results. It supports inefficient resource allocation aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly zero hunger and climate action, by directing adaptation support to those most at risk. To enhance its impact, future efforts should focus on improving data quality, engaging local stakeholders for context-specific adaptation, and incorporating additional data sources such as remote sensing and gender disaggregated analysis. These steps will strengthen the framework's adaptability and effectiveness in guiding climate-resilient agricultural interventions. Here are my references. Thank you for listening and have a great day ahead.